chat open too. I'm prepared this week. Already I'm like, oh, I forgot to open this. I forgot to open that. Oh, I forgot to log out of my work stuff. Let me do that too. Oh my gosh. This is a great start. Hey, how's it going? Hope all is well. We'll be playing some more Quest 64 this week. On the internet. Not locally only. Let me get some of this junk closed real quick. Okay. Alright, I got chat open here. Should be good. Okay, and looks like my titles are good too. Cool. Cool. Alright then. Well. Hey Alex, how's it going? Alex, I don't know if you saw it on Twitter yet, but I posted a booklet scan from that Industrial Spy Operation Espionage book I have. And there was some Cleopatra art in there. I knew you liked her, so I thought I'd point that out. In there, she's in different different clothes. And they have like a page with like in their own casual clothing and everything, which is kind of neat. So, hey Mr. T, how's it going? All right, let me tweet stuff out real quick. And then I don't know if it's obvious. Like one thing that I think about every time I look at my stream is the fact that I go like this, and I don't think it's like a visually appealing way to look at me, because it's like you just get to see my my fat neck go right up there. But I have another monitor up here, so like I have to look up there when I do stuff. So, hey Vic, how's it going? How are you doing today? All right, cool. Well, I think we're good to get started. I think the audio should be fine. I had a note here for my audio settings for Quest 64. But let me know if it's too loud. I don't remember if we adjusted it last time or not. Okay. Oh, well, my chair's on top of my controller. There we go. All right. Let us continue. All right. There's also another piece of art in there of like her with like a with like a bear. Let me see if I still have it open. Let me see. Will this come over fine? It might not. Oh, it's also huge. Hopefully it's not trying to add it, because this picture is way too big to show up. I get the feeling it's probably trying to add it, and it's just going to take like 5 years. Here we go. This is more reasonable sized. No? One more try. Save as... We'll just name this file Cleo. Okay. Where is it? Where'd it go? Is this worth trying to figure out where the heck I saved it? Let me just double check something here real quick. Save as. Where is this going? Well, I lost it. Anyways, I can show you later. Hey, Oscar, how's it going? All right. It is, yes, it is Quest 64 time yet again. I do not remember what we were doing, per se. I know I'm pretty sure we killed the bandit. And I believe we also talked to the king. And he was just like, go, dude. Is the audio loud? It looks loud on my side. I'm gonna drop it a little bit, but let me know if it's too loud or not. I unfortunately don't remember actually what we should go do next. I went and got the items out of the back room. What else? Let me go see if the king said specifically what we should do. King, speak to me. Succeeded. My bravest knights have failed. Toward, I hereby repeat you. Okay, so we got the Earth Orb. Throne. Okay, I went back there, got the treasure. Alright. Well. I'm gonna guess we're just gonna go through the forest. Let's see how that goes. Let me see. I'm curious how far over we can open these doors. Wait, what was that? I got like caught on something there. Was it just this? Oh. Okay, so you can pretty much open the door from any point. That's kind of nice. In the Castlevania 64 speedruns, they actually like will try to open the door at a specific point because the character will walk over. And do I have bread? Make sure before I leave town that I have the stuff I need. How do I look at my items again? There we go. Oops. That's honey bread. I think it's the other type of bread, right? I don't think it's honey bread that they give me. Is it you? Fresh bread, that's what it is, okay. And that's magic droplets is something, I got that already. So I guess we should only eat fresh bread, and we should only eat fresh bread if we only have one fresh bread, because then we can replenish it. Otherwise, I think it makes sense for us to just die, and then we'll just level up more. Yeah. Alright. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, what I also read last time is that I was on a page about this game, and I was kind of curious about if there's a downside to meleeing stuff with staffs, and apparently there is. Basically, when you like melee attack enemies, it will basically only level your HP. And if you want to level your spells, you have to cast spells. So their recommendation was basically cast as many spells as possible. Although it seemed like there was some wiggle room, like, hey, if the boss fight, it makes sense, do it on a boss fight. Yeah, I think we'll just throw more rocks. There we go. Hey, Anthony, how's it going? Alright, let us see. I don't remember, were these guys weak against water? Yeah, because they throw their rocks at me and I was like running up to them. I might as well just cast air. How you doing, Anthony? Stop doxing you? What does that mean? Did I message you somehow? Or am I like sending a notification that I went live or something? I always worry about that because over the weekend I did some testing for the Streamlabs because I'm switching over to that, and I was pretty sure it was like sending out notifications every time I went live. I don't know if there's a way I can turn that off. So do I want to try going this way? I think the other way with the bandit was a dead end, if I recall correctly. Oh, I'm sorry. It's so hard to remember not to call people by their real names. I'll try not to call you by your real name in the future. Personal info? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have been better about not saying people's names in specific unless it's like Rowan or someone who like we've done stuff together. I think it probably makes more sense, especially since the podcast isn't huge, but I get like 30 people listening normally. So that's like big enough that I'm like, I probably shouldn't just like name random people I know. Maybe. Well, it's probably for the best, right? Like that I don't do that. It'd be a good habit to build to not do that. Some people don't want people to know. Okay. I wish these signs were like things I could actually read. Is this the same as the other? No, this is a different house. Banana. Did you ever play Quest 64? I can't remember if we talked about this. We did talk about Fighter's Destiny last time, and I know you talk about... I know you always try to get me to get Fighter's Destiny, but... Yeah, I'm pretty bad with usernames on like Twitch or something. Not Twitch, Twitter. On Twitter, like I identify a lot of people by like their avatars usually, actually. Ah. So like if somebody changes their avatar, sometimes I have a hard time remembering who is who. Oh man, your name real name's not Mr. T. I have been here. Did I get turned around somehow? Did I immediately mess up? Is this just the beginning area of the game? I think I just immediately messed up. Yeah, this is the initial fork. I'm dumb. Okay, so this way. Oh, you haven't seen it before. I saw a lot of Quest 64 growing up. I mean, I rented it a couple times, but it kind of became like a, I don't know. It's pretty much in like the Castlevania 64 status of like, hey, this is an infamously bad game. Maybe I don't know for sure if that's the case. Like, I always heard this game talked about really negatively. And at least so far, I'm really liking it. But you know me. I'll like a lot of video games as long as they're doing something interesting. I like the battle system a lot so far. There are things about it I would prefer. Like if I don't know. There's definitely. I wish the evasion component was more of a thing. Oh yeah, that's right. We gotta find these little like bubble things. Like right now, I have a really hard time figuring out like how evasion works. It seems like some spells you can dodge, others you can't. Distance seems to matter too, but you don't have like a lot of space you can move around. Although I think apparently you like level up your movement speed based off how much you run in this game. So that's what I saw essentially. More information in general would be good in this game. Like if they just told you more about what was going on. I think that's like a big thing with a lot of games for me at this point. It's just like, how well does the game communicate this? And I think before I was very stringent on like, hey, I'm just gonna use like only use the resources a game gives me kind of thing. But more recently, I think I've been like, I'll use external resources. You know, I think it's reasonable to complain that the game itself does not give you enough information to really utilize its systems as well as you should be able to. But at the same time, I also feel like as long as you can let people know the caveat of, hey, I went and looked a bunch of garbage up and then that made me enjoy this game more, like you can use that as a way to be like, well, you know, if you play the game this way, you're gonna like, you know, get some benefit out of it. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I'm just like running around. Let me line up some shots here because I think I can hit both of them with the rock from here. Bam, bam. Yeah. So maybe when I open my coffee, Anthony, we can donate for a copy of Fighter's Destiny. Play some Fighter's Destiny on stream. Whenever that gets around. I probably won't ask for individual games, honestly. Especially something like that where we wouldn't really get a lot out of it. Alright. Was there a treasure chest or did I... Yeah, there it is. I was like, I thought I saw one. Alright. I actually don't know how much Fighter's Destiny is. I'm kind of curious. Let's go to the internet real quick. I'm not going to go to price charting. I'm just going to go to eBay. Fighters... Oh, my controller's falling. Fighter's Destiny. Nintendo 64. It's like anywhere between like 10, 30 bucks, it looks like. I don't know if these are bids or what. That seems like a reasonable price for a Nintendo 64 game these days. Did I get turned around again? I don't think so. Okay, yeah, this is new stuff. He looks kind of woodish, so maybe shoot some fire at him. That just did 12 damage. Mad doll. Ow. No, that's bad. Oof. Alright, I think water's the best thing, but I have to get like right on top of him for that. Admittedly, we're already like close quarters, so it doesn't matter that much. Oh, that's right, I can heal. How do I heal again? There we go. My baby heal. Is this another area, or is this just like looping around? Can I fall? No. Okay. War Gods? Isn't War Gods related to Midway? Wasn't like something? Was it like Mortal Kombat people who worked on that or something? Yeah, I'm sure. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like this game might have some ROM hacks out there. Because I mean, the other thing, if you don't know about this game, is like the Japanese version has more. I don't know if they changed a ton mechanically, but I know like it has like an ending where the US release doesn't have an ending really. Like there's credits, but the Japanese release has like an ending cutscene or something, where the US version just does not. So I wouldn't be surprised if they made some adjustments to the Japanese version and people basically hacked the English text back into the Japanese release. Ow. Ice. I don't have any ice spells. That was bad. Oof. Let me see. Did rocks do okay on these guys? Yeah, rocks do alright on those guys. Is that the best thing to do? I think so. Oof. I wonder if I should put my armor on. How do I do armor again? Oh, I'm like frozen. Spirit armor. I don't know if defense counts as magic defense or just physical. I think I blocked 1 damage, maybe. I can't even turn around. Oh, jeez. All right, well, let me get some fresh bread. It'd be nice if I could escape. I'm pretty sure if I throw a rock, it's gonna go in front of me. But my wind is not like doing a lot of damage either. Okay, I can move now. Ah, missed. Get rid of this guy first. Actually do damage to him. Yeah, apparently I think Quest 64 came out in the US first, and then they just have to rush it out to release, basically. So I'm not sure what the reasoning was for rushing the game out. if it was like, hey, we know we just have to release this now, or if it was like trying to meet a fiscal year, or if it was like trying to hit the holidays or something. I feel like it was earlier in the year because I think it's the same. I think Zelda or Ocarina of Time came out later in the year, if I recall correctly. I don't remember for sure, but that is my memory. Doing wind cutters on this guy is not the worst. Especially if I can keep a distance and keep dodging his rock. Oh. Just walked right into it. Oh, he's walking towards me. Oh no, I didn't. Dang it. I'm doing a bad job of dodging it now. Alright. Well, he's dead. And I'm out of MP. I mean, it's either get the Japanese version and it's in Japanese, or play the American release and it's in English. Officially, at least, right? So, I don't know how much like a Japanese version of Quest 64 costs, or Eltale Monsters, or whatever it's called. We got a lot of like MP recover. I don't know, man. Maybe we'll just smack. Just try to finish these guys off real quick. Oof. 1 year later, that sounds right. Yeah, there's a Quest 64 Discord, so if you want to learn more about Quest 64, I would assume the people in there are very knowledgeable about that. That's where I read a bunch about like the unused content in this game, because like originally it was like, hey, you're gonna have a 3-person party, or at least you'd be able to play 3 characters. I don't know if it was always like if you playing all 3 at once, or if you like jump between them or what, but very Nintendo 64 like thing to be like, hey, we have all these grand ambitious plans for this video game, and then whoops, we have to cut all of it out because making video games in 3D is actually way harder than we thought. But that's kind of what I like about early 64 stuff. Like everybody's just like, oh yeah, we're gonna start making like worlds. We are Project Reality. You're gonna grow a tree in this game. You're gonna plant a tree and you're gonna grow it. Interesting. It'd be interesting to check it out. I'm sure somebody's probably already done a video about that. But I'm sure it's interesting comparison. What are they called? I haven't seen them. I know people have tried to make new 64 controllers in the past. Some of them that look more just like normal game controllers. There's one that came out that people liked, except for the fact that I think one of the buttons on the controller was like faulty, and it was like I think like a consistent thing. It was like not something that was like, oh, it's a chance you'll get a faulty button. It was just like, hey, the button just behaves in the way that when you press down on it, I think it was like too close to the analog stick or something weird, and so like when you press down on it, it meant like you couldn't move the analog stick in the proper direction or something. Hey Tony, how's it going? I didn't see you message earlier, sorry about that. Yeah. I mean, I super appreciate that stuff to some degree, but yeah, it's interesting to see everybody just come to the reality of like, oh, we can't make this video game how we wanted to. Is there anything down here? Oh no. Did I get turned around? I don't think I got turned around. This looks different. I hope. Oh, there we go. This feels like a place where a spirit would be. I'm not seeing, oh. Um... 23. Okay. Oh. Rock. 22. So I can get away from him with the rock. Ooh. This hurts bad though. I don't think we're gonna survive this. Oh, we're so close to escaping. Jesus. Oh, really? I think the Brawler 64 controller. They fixed the button issue. That's good. You know, I don't mind the 64 controller. It's never really bothered me that much. The biggest issue is just, okay. So here's the question. Is that something that's a triggered boss fight, or did I just get like a random encounter here? Is there anything down here? I don't see anything. Oh, there's a path. We might be walking into our death here. Okay. I have no idea where we're going right now. Yeah, I saw that there's a Game Boy release. I haven't ever looked at the Game Boy release, if it's like a carbon copy of this, or if it is, you know, something different. I did find out last time after we finished streaming this that there is a puzzle game that's basically Mr. Do. That was kind of interesting. Dark goblins. That's a lot of dark goblins. Ugh. Okay. Okay. I get the feeling I am probably gonna die here. Oh, I only have one. Dang it. Okay. Something like this, maybe? I want to try to get as many of them in there as I can. Not doing a great job of it. But yeah, the biggest problem with the 64 controller is just the analog sticks being real finicky, you know? Or just not holding up over the years, right? So I've tried ordering replacement 64 sticks, and I don't know what's up, but every time I try to order any one that are not the GameCube style sticks that are like bad sticks in my opinion, they're always out of stock. So I'm not sure if they're just high in demand or what, or if like there's a part shortage or anything like that. But yeah, the GameCube ones are just, they're the ones that are like GameCube controllers, just feel bad because they feel like they're digital inputs rather than analog. Yeah, three games in the Quest 64 series is pretty ambitious. I'm curious how this game sold, because I mean, kind of the problem with this game is just like so many people were like looking up to it as like the next big 64 game, right? Or one of the big 64 games, and then it just like under-delivered. Because I think honestly, in the context of today, I feel like this game feels pretty all right. It's not like the most amazing thing, but you know, it's pretty reasonable, I think. Oh, we are gonna survive. But yeah, I mean, like everyone, I remember like if you go like if you look at the video review of like gaming in the Clinton years for this game, they're talking about how this game is like like not holding up to what they expect Zelda to be or something. It's kind of interesting. There are so many goblins, and I have so little resources here. Let's see if I can get out of here without taking any damage. Nope. Oh, okay, cool. We're out. Is that all that's over here? Is that thing? I think there's another one over there. I see little white specks floating up. But yeah, I think people just like were too hyped for this game, and then it came out and it wasn't what it should have been. I knew Rock was good, just because I've seen speedruns before. I did not particularly, I don't know, I wasn't 100% sure if I was going to just go for Rock, but when I started going for healing and I saw that healing and Rock were like together, I was like, I'll probably focus on those. I am leveling water a decent amount, but I think that's mainly for healing. I don't really know like what spells I get from different abilities leveling up. So my fire is also really underpowered, and I don't know if that's going to be a problem yet at this point. It feels like whenever I use fire, it's basically garbage at everything. Admittedly, I have not really leveled it that much, so do I want to just start slapping away? I think that's what we're gonna do. I don't want to run too much. I want to make sure I'm fighting. Oof. But yeah, I knew Rock was powerful at the very least. Oh, I should attack the other guy because this guy's agility up right now. Oh, that makes sense, I think, question mark? I don't really know who that is, but like when I think of the imagery of that person, I cannot pronounce the name off the Jean something. Jean Chiquez. Like when I think of the imagery of that, like it makes sense, but I don't know anything about the actual person. I assume that is named after that one, wasn't it like a PSP game that was also about them too? Like it's like a French Conqueror or something, or Knight or something. I don't know. Don't listen to me. I don't know anything about anything. I know video games. I don't know anything else. Okay. Ah. Do I want to go in for this? I think I'm going to go in for this. I am worried, but... Ugh, the double miss. Rock and water for the win? Okay. That's good to know that me choosing water was not a bad thing. I do want to level the other elements, but yeah, it's just like, it feels like I'm really struggling. Dang it, I pressed A. It feels like I'm really struggling as is. So, like, yeah, I want to get more elements. I don't know. We'll see what happens. This might go bad. Die. Okay. Surprised we're holding up so far, at least. Jacques? Okay. Jean-Jacques? Oh, I know Brian is the main character I'm playing as for sure. I'm just gonna get out of here. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure when we'll... Eventually I need to play Hybrid Heaven on the 64. I just don't know when that's gonna happen. I have a small enough library of 64 games that I still need to play that it's like pretty reasonable that if I wanted to go out of my way to beat most of them, I probably could. But, you know, whether or not I do that's a whole other thing. Okay, let's grab this. Anything? Oh my gosh. I'm scared of the tree monster right now. Let me get some MP back first, and then I'll. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's just grab this for right now. Okay. Is that it for this area? I assume. I don't see anything you can do in the water. Alright. Okay, full MP. We'll fight these guys up. I don't remember what the mummy was weak against. Ghost Stalker. Whoops, I don't want to use that spell, actually. Okay, I think fire's probably most effective, but I'm gonna get rock over here so I can hit both of them. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the encounter rate too much because it seems like it's fairly easy to get away, although it does slow things down. So, but you know, I'm somebody who really likes Skies of Arcadia, so like I was about to say I know a bad encounter rate, but the GameCube version of Skies of Arcadia is like so much more worse than the Dreamcast version as far as I can tell. So maybe I don't fully know what a bad what's it called is encounter rate is. Oh no. Alright, that seems like better than getting a boulder thrown at me. I do like that the MP recovery is very generous as well. Like, we're low on MP, but it's pretty reasonable for us to just get MP back. Everyone is weak to big rocks. I don't think everyone's always perfectly weak to big rocks, but yeah, it does seem like the rock has such a reach and such a wide range hit that it doesn't make a lot of sense to use other things that much. I probably could have went and fought these guys, but I'm still worried about getting my health back up. Okay. Oh, there's another thing. Yeah, I don't really know, like, how much I should focus on 64 games or not, to be honest. I know I've been talking about, like, reworking how my content plans work on the website, and I don't know if 64 games really fit into it, but with the streams, at least, I don't really plan to limit too much what we're doing, so... Scenic valley into the forest, you'll come across a blue cave. I assure you that the road will not open without permission from the spirits. What does that mean? Do I need like a certain number of spirits? Silent flute. Strange flute with no sound prevents enemy spells. Okay. Yeah, sure. Here's this room for no reason. That's good. She's like, we gotta make sure this lady has a place that she sleeps. Oh, she already has a bed over there. Who's she living with? He's gonna own me? Oh no. Well, we'll die a lot. I think the last like actual inn we were at was the town I started at, so we'll I guess do 40 more minutes of walking again if that happens. I mean, I'm surviving okay, so but I mean once we get to the boss fight, I'm sure it's gonna be great. Dark Goblin. Alright. Yeah, we'll just stay back and double rock. There we go. I don't really feel like dodging the wind attacks does anything. Like, they seem like they'll just kind of get to me no matter what. Maybe I'm wrong, but... Well, not no matter what, but, like, it doesn't... It feels kind of random if I get... if I dodge them or not. Let's see. Oh, whoops, I healed one too many times. Let's see here. So, dang it. Do I want to walk back? Let me get some MP back first. Did I miss my spirit armor? How did I miss a buff on myself? That's weird. I don't know if I've seen a game where you can cast a buff on yourself and miss. Is this reasonable? This seems reasonable. Bounce on my head. Can I double hit these guys? Nice. Frame rate. But yeah, I still been, you know, mostly working on, getting the stream transfer stuff working properly. So that's been kind of my goal most of this week. Reworking stream graphics and stuff. I don't really know how much longer it's going to take me. There's some things I would like to maybe put a little bit more effort into. Like some of the title card stuff. For like the beginning and end of the stream, I think I could do better. But I need to actually like sit down and spend time on it, so. That's been a focus of mine this week. I also opened up the Billy Hatcher review, and I've been working on that off and on. I think it's pretty close to being done to the point that, or the written part. So I think it's to the point that we're pretty much just gonna do a Billy Hatcher review no matter what. Unless there's like some real challenge when it comes to actually making the video. Like, I think we'll just kind of focus on that. I don't know if people are thinking about Billy Hatcher with Balan Wonderworld coming out this week or not. I'm not sure if like there's a growing interest in Yuji Naka or maybe less interest in Yuji Naka after Balan Wonderworld, but I don't know. I don't really expect a ton out of the Billy video, but it's something that's fairly straightforward that I can work on right now. There are a lot of spirits over here. Ugh, they're so far away. You're so far away. I think there's 3? Oh, I thought I saw one over here. Nope. Right, there's one here, though. Ah. Let me try this. Been kind of not a great spot for either of these. Custom artwork, yeah. We'll see. I'm not sure what I want to do for art stuff. I am rethinking the thumbnails maybe, but I don't think that's going to come immediately. I think that will come later. If I redo thumbnail stuff. The nice thing about the current thumbnails is that they're very flexible. I also can put text on them pretty easily. I think maybe certain content might not have the, like, did I get that spirit earlier? I must have grabbed it without realizing it. Oh, or maybe that was it right there. Let's just get out of here because I'm hurting. Oh, is this a wall? Oh no. But yeah, I think maybe the feature content might not have the same header as the other stuff. I do like the current thumbnails for the streams and casual review stuff because it makes it easier for people to identify if they want to watch it before they jump in. Because I'd imagine most people following me are not necessarily like, hey man, streaming. I want to watch Mr. Ben stream video games. So I have had someone before tell me that they want me to split up my stream to a second channel. I don't know how I feel about that. But I have seen other people who have done that, so I think I get it. But I think I don't like kind of just splitting up stuff a ton like that. So it'll probably all stay on the same channel right now. Was water any good on these guys? Well, I missed them. Yeah, water's alright. Oh yeah, for featured content, maybe. Maybe. Alright, is that it for this? I think that was just a dead end, right? Is that anything over there? Oh man, I'm like in the middle of a bunch of garbage. Can I see? Was that just trees that I was walking towards? I think it might have just been trees I was walking towards. Dang it. I just want this guy dead as soon as possible, and it feels like running out of here is going to take just as long as just beating him up. Oh, come on. Alright. I think this is what I was looking at. I think I can't get over here, right? Or did I already get over here? I cannot remember. I don't remember these rock formations. Oh! Okay. Is this intentional? I mean, I can't get out of here. I can't really see anything either. Is there anything down here? I don't see anything. Well, maybe this opens up later. I do feel like I kind of ended up in a place that felt way harder than it should. Not way harder, but I feel like this place is fairly aggressive on damage. I don't know if that's just like this game naturally progressing or if I went the wrong way somewhere. It's been a little bit since we've been in a town too, so makes me wonder if I took the wrong turn and didn't go towards a town. Yeah, I do need to figure out that stuff. I also don't... I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'll think about it. I'm probably not great at, like, figuring out what kind of YouTube art would work or thumbnail art would work. Because I think a lot of times what people probably generally find appealing, I don't particularly find appealing at times. Like, there's definitely, I don't know, I've never really understood, like, the mascot version of yourself kind of thing in, like, a drawn character form. That's never been something that I super liked. I guess if it's just, like, game by game, but, yeah, it's a little hard to justify, the amount I'd want to spend on paying somebody to do a thumbnail does not match up with the amount that I think I am willing to spend on somebody doing a thumbnail. Like, I don't want to underpay somebody for that stuff, but I also don't think I'm at the point where I think the thumbnail is valuable enough to me right now. I think there are other things I could be doing better before that require less money. And I'm also not trying to do this for a living or something right now, so, like, yeah, I don't know. I'd rather spend that money elsewhere at the moment, when it comes to making the site better, or the YouTube better, so we'll see, though. It's all just stuff I'm trying to figure out. So I'm trying to take it piece by piece. I'm really probably focusing more on the stream, because I would like to go ahead and get that converted over sooner rather than later. But we'll see. But yeah, I do need to kind of ramp up featured content a bit. Probably see less stuff like the casual reviews and stuff like that. It doesn't really make a ton of sense for me to keep doing those, I feel like. Well, not to keep... What's Rolling Rock? Oh, is that like an angle in front of me? That's kind of nice. It doesn't make sense for me to just produce them indiscriminately, I think, right now. But that being said, there's a good chance I might still just record the audio for them, just in case in the future if I need them. And then I have all my thoughts already kind of recorded and laid out. I don't know, man. Piece by piece, figuring out a little bit at a time. Oops, I didn't want to do that. I didn't really try to promote the disaster video much, so I don't know if I should try to go out and promote that a bit more. I'm always a little worried after all the Chibi Robo stuff happened, that like I'm not promoting my stuff right, because it like gets so muddy sometimes. And like if somebody reports bad information, it's hard for me to try to correct it, right? That or if I report bad information too, right? Trying to go back and correct that as well. I just get a little, I don't know, a little concerned about that stuff. All right, well, I guess we're leaving here. We did eat a lot of spirits there. I just don't know if that was what we were supposed to do or not. All right, so Rolling Rock. Does this... Okay, yeah. That worked out well. Yeah, I don't know. I need to stop thinking about it during stream. Whoops, I missed him. But yeah, a focus back on featured content would, I think, would be good for the channel to some degree. I mean, it's definitely nice to cover a bunch of stuff too, but I feel like I could be more selective on what I cover. Stuff that probably makes more sense to cover, like Industrial Spy Operation Espionage, that makes sense. There's not a lot of coverage of that game. Do I need to put a Jumping Flash video out there? There's a lot of Jumping Flash videos out there. And I don't really say anything that I think is too terribly interesting. It's just kind of like, hey, Jumping Flash, you know it's an old game? Basically. Basically, it's like, this is an old 3D platformer that is not... I think this is how we get back out of here. Like, that is not, you know, not in the same structure as a Crash Bandicoot or a, Mario 64. Is that close enough? Yeah. Do I... Part of me doesn't like want to lose my position, so I don't want to dodge that much, but at the same time, I need to. I mean, I can get back here without too much trouble, but... Okay, this is going to be a wind attack, and I can't really do much about that, so we'll just hang out here. Okay, this is going to be the guy on the left, throwing the rock. But yeah, I think things will calm down sooner rather than later, I think. Yeah, not safe for work stuff is challenging. I definitely have the desire to cover games that are more up that alley, because there's definitely really interesting stuff in that space, but that people just generally don't talk about as much. But it is a challenge, right? For a lot of reasons. Especially these days, I feel like you got to be real picky about what you end up covering, for better or for worse. Yeah, I don't know. That might make more sense on like a secondary channel, but the reality is that I already spend so much time on this main channel that booting up a second thing will just dilute myself even further, right? So That is the challenge. Time is the challenge to everything, basically. Yeah. Yeah, age-restricted stuff, for sure. But even outside of that, like, you can pick the wrong topic to talk about, and it will get you in a lot of people's ire, kind of thing, right? You know, I also have to think about my own personal employment stuff too, you know. Unfortunately, a lot of not safe for work games, I would say, do not handle their not safe for work elements well, or maybe I should say tastefully. This is what I should say. A lot of the times it's kind of questionable, and a lot of people are not gonna like what you have to say about that stuff. Yeah, Dragon's Dogma definitely right on top of that, 100%. But yeah, it's challenging. I have done some private writing about that stuff before. I would not say it was good writing, but I never felt comfortable enough to post it. So, okay, what is this thing here? Oh, this is a sign. Okay, so this looks like the area we saw at the beginning of the map, but at the same time, this is... I got a spirit thing here that I don't think was here before. So, I'm sure there's no ledge there, right? Yeah, I don't feel like this is... I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going anymore. I don't know if I'm going the right way or not. Oh wait, I should have done the other one. Dang it. Get like right here maybe? I would agree Hunipop is probably not worth covering because that is, if you're gonna talk about not safe for work games that people have talked about, Hunipop is kind of the one. So I think I am probably good on that. So, but yeah, it's just it's one of those things that you have to just assess your risk. There's definitely games I want to talk about, and games I have talked about, honestly. I sometimes worry, like, if people go and look at what I say about those things, like, A, I don't think I did a good job writing about them, particularly in the past, and B, like, I just don't think they're, I don't know, it's a difficult conversation to have. Yeah, you have to have, like, a base understanding of what somebody's expecting when they come in, and, like, if somebody is not aware of how you perceive those things. I mean, I've kind of got the bonus of, you know, I don't really know for sure, nor do I really care that much, but I think I'm basically pretty close to being asexual if I am not. So it's one of those things that I kind of have the benefit of. I can be not very horny about all of it, right? Like, it's just not the kind of stuff that I don't know. It's a challenging thing. There's a lot to think about. Yeah, I'd say Hunipop's probably one of the first ones to get mainstream status. Katawa Shoujo did pretty good at the time, but I don't think it was mainstream. But I think people reasonably talked about that game. You know, I think anyone who gave it a chance, you know, saw that it was like a genuinely good, well, I don't want to say good visual novel, but it was a story that took itself seriously, right? It wasn't just going to be like a bunch of internet memes, because it was like made by like an audience who came from 4chan, basically. So I enjoyed Katawa Shoujo, though. I would say Katawa Shoujo is good, but I say that as somebody who has not played a ton of those kind of games all the way through. So maybe like the Rolling Rock. If ever was water good on these guys? Seem to do all right. Yeah, I think generally people like Eltale Shoujo, but I think you probably would get some purists who probably would be like, hey, no. Okay. All right, so I think this is the beginning of the place I came from, right? So I was going the right way, although I did not find where I was going. Or did not find where I needed to go, rather. Not that I mind grinding. I don't think there's a map in this game. Yeah, so this... Is this going back where we came from? Oh, yeah. This is it, because that was the gate where we came from the forest. Okay. I forget, was there a branching path back here that we went on, or... I think this is just kind of where this path led to, right? Yeah. Alright, well. Forward we go again. Wish these signs actually said something. Alright, so that's a dead end over there. I'll go back over this way. At least I'm high enough magic to kind of burn through these guys a lot quicker now. But yeah, I think probably what I'll end up focusing more on is there's still a pretty heavy interest in Phantasy Star on my channel right now, so I might do some Phantasy Star content. I think there's still some more things I can do with Chibi Robo and Skip at this time as well. That's something I do want to kind of revisit, and maybe create a bigger plan around it, and also, like I said earlier, kind of properly figure out the way to distribute that stuff that isn't like just like a mad dash by a bunch of gaming blogs to cover the fact that I was like, hey, Chibi Robo developers, huh? They sure aren't doing much anymore. Whether that be working directly with one or something else. But I'd like to be smarter about that for sure. And then I think the PCFX stuff is going to remain kind of my personal interest kind of stuff. Like I mentioned on the podcast, I kind of did like a English guide video test like pilot episode or something. It wasn't anything big or long, but it was like a proof of concept basically to see if I liked the direction I was going with it. And I think it's pretty reasonable. I think it's going to be in the long term a harder project to complete, but in the short term there's definitely a lot I can do with it. And I think pretty quickly as well. And it'll also kind of force me to focus on the PCFX a bit, which is something I've always wanted to do. So I think if I do like a good mix of, here's this random thing I want to talk about, and I think talking about the PCFX is like a really good public service kind of thing. Like I think there's still a lot of things that can be said about the PCFX that hasn't really been said, or at least has not been said very well. I think that there's space for that still, and I think I could do a lot if I focus on that space a bit. All right, it's the duel of the century, me and Snake Guy. Rock seems to do quite a bit of damage against him. Let me see if water does okay against him. It does about the same. Oh, okay, that wasn't too bad. The camera did not turn around, so I assume I need to go this way. I hope that's right. I wish I could tell which direction I was going in this game easier. Yeah, there's definitely reasons to enjoy that stuff, I feel like. I still stand by, I think, Going on Pixies is a great game. Or at least the concept's great. I think the story's pretty good, too. The nice thing about Gun Gun Pixies is it feels like it's a story that makes use of its setting and environment in a way that I feel like, you know, if it wasn't a horny game, it would have a lot more trouble justifying or doing, kind of. Or at least, like, the fact that it is a horny game kind of more likely pushes them in the direction they went. But then, like, at the same time, like, Jet Girls, the story in Jet Girls is just, like, the most nothing story of all time. And it's like, yeah, admittedly, Jet Girls is not particularly, like, horny or anything. But, still. I think I saw that like, there's like a dubbed version of the Jet Girls anime now, and I'm like, I don't. I'm good. I don't think I need that in my life. Okay, what does this sign say? So is this like indicating there's a forest or something? Is that what that is? And is there any way I can get down from here? I don't think so. No. Okay. My MP feels really low. Once Avalanche is unlocked, I don't know what makes Avalanche, if it's like a mixture of spells or if it's just leveling Earth or whatever. How you doing, Timber? I need to know the lore, Jet Girls. I don't need to know the lore, Jet Girls. I already know the lore and I don't like it. It wasn't, oh man. Jet Girls spoilers, like, it was just like about like secret military experimentation and like them trapping some like, I don't know if it was genetically modified Jet Girls in a sewer system. And then they just like would race in the sewer system. It is such a story. And then there's like something about like a god, and like depending on how they jet race, if they're not respectful when they're jet racing, it can cause like earthquakes. It is just so all over the place at the end of it. It's like, what is even going on? Oh, there's no spell mixtures? I thought that like, cause if I press down, like I get another set of spells that are related to these elements. Like I have healing with armor, right? Because if I press left, spirit armor is water, rolling rock is fire, and weakness is wind. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's not like elemental specifically. It's just, here's our user interface for selecting different spells, right? Because we don't have any other way to display this, but we're still gonna like associate with elements. Is that enough damage to be worth it? I don't think it is. I think I just want to do water. Yeah. Who's attacking? Okay. Oh man, Jet Girls lore. Oh man. It's not even that bad in concept. It's just how the story is told is not particularly good, and it doesn't help that the single-player content of Jet Girls is not particularly good either. It's just very dull. I absolutely love Jet Girls as a video game, but everything around it is just not great. But oh man, I am really curious to see if they continue to try to make games like that. I don't know what Honey Parade is even doing right now, to be honest with you. Other than still working on Senran Kagura 7, supposedly. There was some other game that looked like Senran Kagura. I'm trying to remember what it was called. That people were pointing to as like the next Senran Kagura kind of game. Obviously, there's the Neptunia crossover game with Senran Kagura, but as far as I can tell, Honey Parade Games is not working on that, so. I probably should play more Neptunia games at some point, but I don't know when that will happen, if that will happen. There's just so many of them, and I'm sure they're great video games, so I do worry that, and it's probably part of the reason why I haven't played like actual Senran Kagura games much, is just like, I get the feeling that I will not care for the story of those games at all. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's the problem that a lot of anime games have. As much as I really like anime games, is like, they just kind of talk in circles all the time. And it's just like, everybody has to comment on every single thing that happens, even if they like don't have anything to add to it. And I get a little frustrated with that. I don't mind, like, it's weird because, like, I don't think that's a very anime problem. Like, I like watching anime, and I never, like, sit there and feel like in an anime, like, oh my god, they just keep talking in circles. But in, like, video games specifically based off anime, I feel like it's just, like, there's always the problem that, like, everyone has to comment about everything and say the same stuff over and over and over again. I don't know, it's weird. Where am I even going? I don't even know at this point. You followed an any % guide? So are you actually trying to speedrun the game, or are you just using it, you're just following it just to follow it? I watched Peaches play it. I really enjoyed his Quest 64 streams. I don't know the last time I saw him play it, though. He streams some cool stuff, though, in terms of speedrunning. He does, it's like Katakumen or something like that. He, like, played some religious games that were neat. I like those. Gonna go smack this tree with my stick until it dies. Animal Race? Animal Race is pretty neat. There's one game I was watching him play. I can't remember what it was. I remember, like, I think I stayed up way later than I should have watching him play. It was like some kind of first-person shooter. Pauses in between sentences. Yeah. Let's see here. Alright. Well, there's nothing over here. So I guess we're gonna go around the lake again. Oh yeah, these guys might want to use walk run. But yeah, Jet Girl's lore is something. I don't know if the Sinner Kagura Reflections review is going to happen anymore. I might recontextualize it into a different video, but I don't know how much I want to really review that game per se, other than just talk about the motion control stuff. That is what I really want to talk about, is the motion control stuff. The actual rest of the game, I think, is good and fine. For what it is, at least. Ghost Stalker. Oh yeah, do you do other speedruns, Timber? Yeah, I think Peaches is probably the big reason why I looked at this game. I was like, oh, this looks like a game I'd play. This looks alright. I don't know if I would have reconsidered it otherwise. Or at least had a big interest in it. That being said, Nintendo 64 RPGs are so rare, and I have Alien Chronicles and Hybrid Heaven, so like inevitably I probably would have checked it out either way. I forget, these rock for these guys? Yeah, seems like it. At least, hopefully, I'll just be really leveled up running around out here. Okay, so is there anything over here? I don't remember coming to this corner earlier. There's that. Did I get turned around? Question mark. Yes. Yes. Yes, I did. It's like so, like, I assume it's because of how the camera sways around in battles, but it's so hard for me to just keep track of where I'm facing and where I'm going. Ah, well, yes. Thank you. I will try my best to... This game seems reasonably accessible, so I don't think I'll have too much trouble beating it. I don't know if I'm taking longer than the average player or not, but that's streaming a video game, right? So... I've only ever tried to speed run a game once. Oh, that's a lie. We had that stream where I sped run that Dojin game that took like like a few minutes. And then I also just did that other Dojin game too that took like a couple seconds or whatever. But those were more like meme runs more than anything. I did try to speedrun Red Steel a long time ago. This was like maybe 2009, but I did a very bad job of it. I believe my speedrun time for Red Steel was longer than my initial playthrough time of Red Steel. But I mean, I was rushing it, trying to get through it as fast as possible, so. Man, the more time that goes by, the more affection I have for Red Steel. And I don't know if that is a nostalgia thing or me just having different priorities about video games now. So when I think back on Red Steel and what it is, I'm like, that's a neat thing. That was a neat video game. I would need to go back and play it and just see how interesting it is. But I think there's a lot in terms of atmosphere and like setting. Oh, I'm dying. Let's get out of this circle. Alright, let's heal up. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting things about Red Steel that I think come out of the fact that it's like this horrendously stereotypical Western view of Japan. So you get like this really like, I don't know if hyper exaggerated is the right word, because they are realistic environments, but it's just like the most stereotypical, like, I'm a Westerner and I'm gonna make a game about Japanese Yakuza style environments. We'll just get out of here. I want to see what Ice Wall does. How do I cast Ice Wall? Okay, well, it's an AoE spell apparently. I thought it was gonna be a defensive spell. Alright, I just want to get some MP back first. Alright, so there's the end of the lake here. There's nothing we can do here. There's the house. The lady in here said, like, the cave will open when I have the spirit's approval or something, right? Follow the scenic valley into the forest and you will come upon a blue cave. But I can assure you that the road will not open without the permission from the spirits. So I don't know if the permissions from the spirits is like something related to the actual spirits I'm leveling, or if that means I have to go do some kind of quest for spirit stuff. I assume the blue cave is this cave over here. Up at the top of this waterfall. Oh. Alright. Bam, bam. There's a lot of guys. Or a lot of mummies, at least. Okay, that's fine. Jump on my head. That doesn't do nearly as much damage. Jesus. This frame rate. 3D graphics are hard. Ugh. I will say, like, as much as I pay, like I'll note frame rate issues and things like that, it doesn't really bother me that much. It's interesting to kind of see how a game chugs to me, especially games from this era that just like will chug a lot, rather than just like, you know, hitching up a little bit. But like, unless I'm dying because of it, it really doesn't bother me that much. I think it's more of an interesting thing to look at than anything. But I mean, like, when you're like, when Ocarina of Time is like, hey, all we're trying to do is hit like a consistent 20 frames per second, right? I don't think you can expect too much out of 64 and PlayStation games. And having that. All right. Let's see here. Well, we can go back in the cave. I just don't think there's anything that I know how to trigger this. I think I can cast this healing, so. Do I have any items that could? Can I show them the earth crystal? Spirits, look at my earth crystal. Alright, well maybe I didn't go all the way over here last time. It's not exactly paying a ton of attention last time we came all the way up here, I feel like. Frame rate. Do I actually... I was like trying to go to the left here, but I mean the guys on the right are going to be still alive, so... I probably should just head towards the center. Oops. Does the flute work on the cave? So as far as I can tell, the flute is a item that basically prevents enemies from running away. Or not running away, sorry, casting spells. Ah! Probably just keep throwing rocks for now. Okay. I'll double check the description once this battle's over. Jesus, I feel like I've hit this goblin like 800 times, but I'm sure I haven't. Missing isn't gonna help. It is kind of generous that this game only lets one enemy attack you per round, so you don't have to sit there and like get attacked by like 8 things at once. 80 in Chronicles has that problem where it's like a ton of enemies, they just take forever to take their turn. All right. So the flute I think is at the end of my list here. There's the bell. Freezes enemy. Is this a item I have to equip? Escape a fight, recover MP. Strange flute with no sound and it prevents enemy spells. Yeah, this is a dead end. I'm so sick of fighting these guys. Let's get some MP back, actually. Whoops, that was the wrong spell. It's so strange that you can miss buffing yourself. Okay. So let's see. Did I follow the left side over here last time? I feel like I maybe didn't. Oh, so close. Okay, let's get out of here. So there's the house. I mean, this just leads back to over there. Am I just missing something? Ah, I do have a map. Ah! All right, what's up? For some reason, I thought I didn't have a map. Okay. Although I think this is like a general map, and I don't know what I'm looking at per se. So I assume I'm in Glencore Forest. Okay, so I think. Do I still have my drawing tool on here? Let me see. I used to have a drawing tool on here. Let me see if I can add a whiteboard. Add existing whiteboard. Okay. Nope. Is it this one? How do I do this? I have to open something. Is it this? No. I used to have the ability to draw. I forget what I did when I set that up, though, and how it works. Okay. Well, anyways, so I think, like in the top there, that's the forest I came from before. So like if you see as I go down, from that forest at the top, there's like that block off. So that's the area that I got stuck, went down, came around, came back down, went, and I think I got stuck to the south, and then I turned around and went left. And like right as I come out of this forest area, that's where like the wood branches that like I got down from, I think. I would think the wood branch was actually to the right though, not up, and that doesn't seem like there's a line there, but maybe that the line is only there when it blocks it off entirely. Or with the wood branch, we have the ability to progress through there. So I think we are gonna leave this forest again. After we fight 30 billion things. That was bad. And then I think we're gonna go southbound. It's kind of interesting that, or maybe not interesting is the right word, but like, I guess probably the problem this game has is like, this battle system does feel fast because like, you know, being able to just act after one enemy attacks basically. But at the same time, like the individual turns feel kind of slow. And I guess the encounter rate's pretty high too. So it feels like it takes a lot longer to get past and through areas, I feel like, than it like should. Whoops. Whatever. And there's not like a easy way to escape enemies, so. Yeah, I saw there's like that ferry at the bottom of the map too. So if we can get south, I think we'll be good. I think if we go right here, I think is where we can leave this area, right? Yeah. All right, so we should be, well, it still says we're in the forest, but we'll see once we get out here. Does it follow me, or? Yeah, it's weird, there's no like map for the forest though. Okay. How reasonable is it to fight you guys? I couldn't even tell what was happening there. Okay, that's a good amount of damage there. I think I'll be okay. It hurts, but I'm doing a lot of damage too, so. Yeah. Whoops. All right. So yeah, I think because we have this line here, that means we can get up this path. Yeah, for some reason I thought this game didn't have a map, and maybe I just didn't recall. I don't know. Maybe it's because weird, because it's like in a menu. Well, not weird, but it's in a menu rather than just like a button press. Maybe I thought that I didn't have a map because I didn't bring it up immediately. Admittedly, you don't spend a lot of time in the menus of this game that much either. Alright. Also, this tree's in a weird spot. Alright. assume we'll need to go back to that forest for that cave, though, at some point. Oops, missed. Yeah, like, standing still there, I think only one actually got to me. Yeah, it could definitely use a mini-map, for sure. I think in most video games, I would take a mini-map over a compass. Okay. So they need to head south here, but I think we need to head left. So I'm gonna guess maybe I didn't follow the path last time. I went off to the right there. And when I came back out, I probably ran back up the path. So yeah, maybe I think you need to think more about directions rather than just like following the road, like recognizing that I need to go south. Now that I know the map's there, that definitely helps with that. So, looking at the wrong chat again. Water seems pretty good in this game too. It's just a matter of being on top of it. Okay. Away we go. Alright. So, yeah, I don't recognize this area. Yeah. New spirit thing. And dancing goblins or something. Well, at least we got a lot of leveling up. Feel like we're pretty set on elemental spells right now. At least I'm burning through stuff really quickly. I would like the level 2 heal at some point. I don't know what level you need to be to get that. Alright. Yeah, we might just go all in on rocks and water. I'm sure it would help to have the other elements, but... Alright, there's the ferry. Anything up there? Looks like a dead end there. Over here. Oh. Should I use rolling rock maybe? Yeah, that seems like a good fit. It's less MP than level 3 rock too, so. Alright, now that we have gotten out of me being lost forever. Back to actual progress. Let's see here. Dang it. Yeah, the encounter rate in this game is just really high. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing per se. I think the combat system's fun, which is what's important though. The bridge is a safe zone? Okay. I mean, I haven't really had too much trouble with getting MP. Usually if I'm low enough MP, I can just run away for a while and it's fine as well. Admittedly, I did do a lot of extra battles, so I'm probably not going to be hurting that much when it comes to, you know, having my spells and stats leveled. Nothing hidden back here. What's going on with that? Something about this little port reminds me of like Tales of the Tempest. I feel like maybe there's like a port town at the beginning of Tales of the Tempest. I don't know why specifically that game. Hey, it's you. Hello, Shannon. Alright. Get our save, please. It's been forever. I don't know what that 6 days mean. Like, is that in-game days that's passing? I haven't really noticed the day-night system in this game very much. I mean, it's definitely there, but like I haven't noticed any real change in anything. Maybe the monster type for fighting. Because it does seem like sometimes I go to an area and I'm just like, I don't know why I'm suddenly getting this nightmarish chicken monster, but here I am. Alright. I do like that all these ends are copy and paste ends. It's all the same interiors. Alright. I wonder if that's why there's like a bunch of extra rooms in some of these places. Just like we copy and paste everything and we only ever put like one NPC in here. So, but we had to accommodate the fact that there might be NPCs in different rooms in different towns. Do we get a boat animation or... Oh, alright. Let's see. Did he switch sides? Wait, did I? Alright, well apparently I traveled. Okay. That's an interesting way to handle your boat transition, is just have you go in a door and come out and then you're on the other side. That's interesting. I mean, admittedly I didn't talk to him. Maybe I would assume he has some text about that or something. Yeah. Sure, let's spend the night with this lady here. I assume it's just so you don't have to travel all the way back to get to the end. Very efficient boat. I mean, can we see the other coast from here? Like, how far was that ride? Yeah, I mean, that's like a big ol' ocean there, so... It's not like a Crystal Chronicles, you just cross the river kind of thing, it looks like, at least. Why is this camera zoomed out all of a sudden? What is that? Oh, there's a... You guys can see that? The spirit on the cliff above us? Are they like T-Rexes in coats? Oh, are they the bunny enemy just like reskinned? That's interesting. Well, rocks don't seem to do too much against them. They throw their own rocks. I just assume water, yeah. It's not rocks, it's water apparently. Alright. Yeah, so. Apparently we were not supposed to be wherever we were at, so. But I think we lucked out. To some degree. To some degree we lucked out. Okay, so spirits right up here. I think I'll just keep evenly distributing between the rock and water. Oh, there's actual bunnies there too. I don't know if the rocks were gonna hit the bunnies or not. Yeah. Oh god. Turn around, turn around. There we go. I always get scared because like your character doesn't move during the animation, so it's like Oop. It's interesting that like rocks are like the most effective thing against the enemies, but they're probably like the least effective things against you because you seem to be really capable in dodging them because they're so slow. They have like such a specific hitbox range, and you can just kind of like walk right under them. So, come on. Oh, I only hit one of them. Dang it. Alright. Any more? Yeah, there's a spirit thing. I wonder if we're ever going to see any like other 64 kind of collection stuff anytime in the near future. I feel like Dreamcast, 64, and I guess to some degree PlayStation and Saturn, like they very occasionally get like throwbacks to them or something, or some way to play some of those games, but like it's just so rare. I assume just like the complexities of the system at the time just made it hard, like especially between the Saturn and the 64. It's like nobody's really, like money-wise, it probably doesn't make a lot of sense to like rebuild those games unless you're Ocarina of Time or something. Mario 64, I guess. Plug that thing in an emulator. Man, I had forgotten that all that Mario 64 or Mario stuff was going away, but at the same time, just like, well, it's probably not the last time Nintendo's gonna try to sell Mario 64 to you. I have no real interest in picking up that collection, so I'm sure it's interesting to some degree, and I think it's like, I don't know if there's any like significant differences. I need to heal for like a speedrunner or something like that. I mean, obviously it's the Rumble Pack version of the game, so it is different in that regard. Eat my fresh bread. I assume we're gonna hit a town soon, so, and they'll give me some fresh bread there. I feel like the Rare Replay collection is like maybe the only collection of 64 games that I was like, yeah, that seems like a good thing. That seems like a good value, well emulated, everything's running in HD, or at least it seems well emulated. I guess I don't know for sure. I didn't ever hear any like major complaints about it, at least. So, when is Quest 64 HD coming out? I wonder who owns Quest 64 now. I think Imagineer was the original publisher in Japan. THQ was in the US. I wonder if THQ Nordic has it. Although I feel like THQ Nordic only bought certain IP from, okay, so this is a forest that way and it's a town that way. I feel like THQ Nordic only bought certain THQ IP, and it was like, they did not get everything. Blatant emulation issues, yeah. Yeah, I don't think anyone like would tell you that those are amazing versions of those games, but the impression I got is that they were playable versions of those games. Like, I think most people probably wouldn't notice any issues. But yeah, I do think like, I heard that the Blizzard collection was actually really good. I think it's Blizzard Arcade Collection, despite it not actually having arcade games in it. But I think they like made both games playable, and then also made like hybrid versions of games. So like it's like, here's the Super Nintendo and the PC version of this game, and then also we like mix them together, so you get like the levels that are exclusive in one version, and then like the better graphics of another version. I thought that was like really cool. Let's check this map. So it looks like this path down here is like a big loop around. So I think we're just gonna go to the town for now. PC port of Mario 64 still is Thunder for sure. I haven't really heard much about that PC port of Mario 64 anymore, but I assume it's just because people are just, you know, is more the novelty of it rather than anything. I do know that like in the Ocarina of Time community, they've talked about like decomp helping a lot with like ROM hacks, and I don't know if Mario 64 is seeing kind of the benefits of the decomp in terms of ROM hacks or anything like that. Admittedly, I do not keep up with the Mario 64 ROM hack scene. Like, even though I have a lot of interest in Ocarina of Time, I barely keep up with that scene as well, so. Rolling Rock. Is that good enough? Yeah, that's a good spot. Oh, that's the ice wall move. Nice. I guess the PC port with the gun. Yeah, that's the Mario 64. There's like 2 first-person ports, or Mario 64 games. One was like running on GoldenEye, and the other was running on like, I don't know, Counter-Strike or something. Yeah, Rock and Roll Racing, that seemed like a good collection. I don't know if I would ever play Rock and Roll Racing, but those like top-down racing games are kind of hard to get into. Oh boy, frame rate. Ugh. These stairs, for some reason. Ugh. But once you get to the top of the stairs, it's just like, yeah, cool. No, I'm good. All right. Where are we going? There's grass texture under the building, I think, there. Oh, wings. Yay. Like, I think right here there's grass texture. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah. Alright. I like this town. This is a nice look to it. I did not like the last town. That was confusing. Do you also have a bandit? Where's her chin? I guess nobody has chins in this game, right? Yeah. Or at least between those 2 characters, there were no chins going on there. Okay, there's like a entrance down there. And there it is. There's the Yakuza storyline. Haruka's got to become an idol. I don't know how far they went with that idol stuff with Haruka. Like, if it was something that was just, like, forever a part of that story from then on out, or if that was just, like, the one story of that one game and she was gonna try to become an idol. Did I go in here? I don't think I did. Ayo. Thank you, Haruka. Okay. I assume all these houses are useless, but look at his hair color. It's just like teal. Okay. It was forever there? Okay. I need to play some more Yakuza at some point. Still haven't played it after we streamed 2. That was a long time ago. I think that was 2019. I found the entrance, but I can't open it. Alright. Well, not seeing a lot to do here. We did not go in this building, so... Oh, this is the, inn? Maybe? Or no, I can get bread here. Okay, yeah, I can. What time is it? 8:50? Okay, we got a ways to go. Do I have mint leaves? Okay, 20 HP recovery. Okay. So, or MP recovery. I must protect the rest of the regions. She can only protect this one. Okay. I don't know if I learned all that much here, but I assume we can go to that path in the canal there. Oh, okay. Okay, that's the door to the outside, so... There was those PSP Yakuza games. I think those were made by the Style Savvy developers, Sid Sophia. I haven't seen if people like fan translated those yet or not. Not that I know anything about them or anything. I don't know if they're just like basically baby versions of Yakuza games or if they are just trying to completely recreate the Yakuza experience or something. I feel like on the PSP, it's probably some weird amalgamation of like, hey, there's menus and you can select where you want to go around town and stuff like that. Okay, can I go down here? Okay, apparently not. Slope is too slopey. We have this path here. Can I go down here? No. Well, this is not actually a door, apparently. Well, I guess that's it for this town. I don't know what else to do here. Oops. Oh, it's like a UFC fighting game? That's kind of neat. Oh. What's her faces there? Shannon? Shannon. Hello, Shannon. Well, I guess we can go check out that one house. That was like off to the side down here. Yeah, no town map or anything. They don't connect to the original at all? Okay, that makes sense that they wouldn't. So. Oh, I'd really like those feudal Japan Yakuza games to make it over at some point, but I already know I wouldn't have time to play them, so I can't complain too much. Although if I was going to like jump into a Yakuza game, that like without going through the main Yakuza series, that would be one of them. I don't know why, I just never really had a lot of interest in Judgment specifically. Like, something about Judgment just did not really jive with me, which is weird because like I do like detective story kind of things, and that seemed to be like the focus. But me, because it's just so close to what Yakuza was, it was just like, well, I kind of wish this was more of its own thing. Or at least, like, from what I saw, it looked so close to what Yakuza was. Alright. Oops. Alrighty. Down the path we go. Since Sophia made the two Def Jam games? That's interesting. They also made, like, WCW games, I think, right? So I think it kind of... Can I fall here? Okay, no. I just saw I dropped quite a bit when I got on that log. So I was like, oh god. That's just a corner. I'm curious, like, how much staff holdover was from that. Like the staff who's working on WCW, the people who worked on like at least the original Style Savvy or something, right? Because I think maybe Style Savvy was like 2010, so probably not WCW. Maybe like the Yakuza game. That would have been like 10 years, I think, after the 64 wrestling games. WCW versus NWO. Revenge will be mine. The Christmas hits you miss, like Christmas commercial for Nintendo 64 is one of my favorites. Unfortunately, there are 2 versions, and the higher quality version out there is of the worst version. It's like the one that has Turok 2 in it is not as good. Yeah. Skillfully dodged all of those wind attacks. Oh, come on, please. Thank you. Alright. Away we go. Ah! Walk 3 feet. What is going on? He, like, it looks like he like threw his butt towards me. I mean, I know he did rocks or whatever, but oh, he's like kicking. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Ah! It's so hard to see. Okay. I was talking about it on Twitter. Ooh, boy. I was talking about it on Twitter recently, but like, trying to, like, Style Savvy has the benefit of doubt. I think it has the Nintendo name on it. People look at it and they're like, hey, Nintendo made this. It's pretty solid business sim. But like, those kind of games just kind of get it rough. Admittedly, Style Savvy is probably the one that's the most polished, right? So maybe it's the one that deserves the most attention. It'd be nice if there's like an easier way to talk about those games, though. I feel like you got quite the hurdle to jump over if you want to talk to somebody about Style Savvy or any game like it. Just like an interest thing. Just like, that's the game, girly game. I don't want to play Style Savvy, it's a girly game. Admittedly, it's a lot about fashion, so. I cannot blame anybody. Everyone's got their own taste, right? I don't want to play Dragon's Dogma, so. Maybe someday I'll play Dragon's Dogma. I don't know, Dragon's Dogma seems like a game that should be multiplayer to me. And I know it's technically kind of multiplayer, but I don't think it's like fully. I think it's like isn't it like you send your partners off to each other? Things like that. Oof. Die. Die. I feel like I probably will play Cyber Dimension Neptunia 4 Goddesses online before I play Dragon's Mark for Death. Admittedly, Cyber Dimension Neptunia is, or the 4 Goddesses online is like 20 hours, I think. That sure is a video game that I tried once. I was like, oh yeah, this is something. I'm sure it's a good game. A fine game. Let me correct that with a fine video game. It is probably playable from start to finish. And is reasonably enjoyable. That is all I can say as somebody who has not played it so far. Beyond, like, the first dungeon or something. Hello. Sure. Really generous with the rest and save points here. It's like, go across the river and just, like, everybody will let you sleep in their house for some reason. Versus the other side of the river where it's like, there's like 2 ends or something. Alright, is there anything over here I can grab? This seems like a place that the spirit would be hidden, but does not seem to be the case. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I just don't know what to cast when I'm not close enough to hit him with water. Who's going for me? This guy. Can I reach the guy on the far right? Yeah. Ugh. Ah! Actually, are the first two Def Jam games the good Def Jam games? When I think about it, I remember like at some point I feel like those games fell off and people didn't like them as much. 20 rock. Does that get us anything? Healing level 2 yet? Nope. Okay. Across the bridge we go. Is this a... Okay, no. Yes, okay. Man, I wonder how far ahead that water area is. Like, clearly we missed some stuff when we went there, so. Icon was made by UFC devs? Okay. Do people like the UFC games? I have never played one of those UFC games. Are those made by Ukes, the UFC games, or is that only the wrestling games? Icon 2 is canceled? Okay. Is that like a generally accepted, like... I don't know the best way to put this. Is that like a mainstream game that people were like, yeah, Def Jam? Like, I remember people liking Def Jam, but like, I don't ever hear anyone talk about Def Jam really ever. So I don't know if it's like a game that people like really look back fondly on. Like, is there a YouTube video that's like, oh yeah, man, Def Jam, and then like, is nostalgic? Are people nostalgic for Def Jam? I guess is the question I'm asking. Oh, come on. Let me just... Alright, I'm about to... Just throw the rock all the way down in the pit. They were insanely popular? Okay. At that point, I feel like I thought those games were shovelware when they came out, kinda. So, I don't think I ever thought much about them. So I guess, like, in my mind, I didn't really think of them as classics, per se. But it sounds like people, or at least seems like you guys like them. They're probably alright. Probably good games. I don't know anything about them. I assume they are UFC-like. Punching. I don't know if Def Jam is a real thing or not. I remember the name Def Jam Fight for New York. Is Def Jam one of those games that had like the punch physics out of E3 and it's like, hey, check out how these guys' face crumble when you punch them? Or am I thinking of a boxing game? Oh, I didn't really expect this to just open up into a desert. I really feel like water is really performing pretty well. That wind attack hurt. That kind of hurt. that was UFC, okay. Or Fight Night Round 3? Okay. Fight Night is an EA game, right? I seem to recall that being a big EA showcase thing of like, check it out. Check these guys punching each other. And I guess in my mind, where Def Jam was, is it was like a Madden game in my head. It was just like, yeah, that's something that exists and comes out and is probably like really solid. But like, I like nothing about it like ever jumped out at me. I would really like to play a Madden All-Play game someday, though. I do not have a copy of Madden All-Play for the Wii, though. But I found that the real answer is I should play iShield 21 for the Wii. That is the real football answer in my life, is play some iShield 21 games. But I wouldn't mind having a copy of Madden All-Play. I imagine that's probably cheaper to get a copy of Madden All-Play than iShield 21. Although I don't think iShield 21 on the Wii is that expensive. I think I saw a copy for 15 bucks when I was in Japan. Which, you know, in a vacuum I probably would have bought. But in being in Japan, I had already spent so much money on other stuff that I think I just like was like, this is a little too expensive for this trip where I've already spent too much money. I think Vink on Japan Retro Direct, he has a copy of iShield 21 for the DS, actually. If it's still there, that might be what I end up importing next time if I just like need to throw something. Because I think it's pretty cheap. I think it's like a few bucks. So, can I get both of you guys in there? Yeah, there we go. Okay. I was really big into like snowboarding games. That was probably the only like sports kind of game that I ever like really liked. I played a lot of the SSX games, or some of them at least. I played both 1080 games, the SSX games. I played a bit of Cool Borders, although I don't remember anything in particular about Cool Borders, to be honest with you. It never really stood out at me as like a big, I don't know, like compared to 1080 or something, it felt always just like a bit more chunky. It reminds me a bit more of like Too Extreme or something in terms of like quality and play style. Just kind of, I don't know, not the easiest thing to play. Feels like a PS1 game. PS1 sports game, maybe, specifically. You guys check out like the top of the screen with the overscan. Look at all of those pixels that are missing. Wonder if that's something to do with the game or if my 64 is having a good time right now. Oh, I want that. Healing potion. Okay. Let's see how... I think the slimes are not weak to rocks, but I don't know if the other guys are. Yeah, they're weak. I'll just nuke them from right now. Ah, I missed. Oh, I think they're weak against water, too. Yeah. Nice. I think one thing that would help with the casting this game is if they had like whoa. I like casted Cure like when the battle started. Unfortunately, I think that counted as a turn. But like being able to see like when I do this, the range at which my spell casts are would be kind of nice. Although at that point, you might get even slower. Like, I feel like whenever I have that case, like Valkyrie Revolution, sometimes I'll like sit there and really try to fit every enemy into like a circle or something. So like to maximize a resource basically. And that can like make it go slower because you're like sitting there just like adjusting this circle and hoping to get everything within this little like glowy circle. Oh no, we dropped frames at some point. Whoops, well. That's fine. Probably run for the next battle or two. Oh, there's a thing. Whoops, I used an item. There it is. Let me out. Is there anything over here? I assume this is just looping back around to the way we came from, right? Oh, we don't have a map because we're in the cave. Oh boy. I think this is where the treasure chest was, right? Yeah, okay, so that is a looper back around. Not fond of this camera right now. There we go. This might be better. Nice. It's interesting that like leveling up the spell doesn't seem to matter in terms of damage. It's just like how much stuff you can hit, basically. Oh, let's just get out of here. Alright, we'll fight these guys. No real easy way to escape on this mission, or in this battle. Alright. I assume we're gonna hit a boss at the end of this area, actually. The big head crow goblin, yeah, it's a nice character design. I assume people have scanned the guides for this already. This seems like a popular enough game that somebody had gone out of their way to do that. Be nice to see what kind of character art was in there, if there's any character art. The industrial, it's kind of interesting. The Industrial Spy books, like, to some extent, the Japanese version is nicer because they have like a bunch of unique art in there and stuff. But the Japanese version actually is black and white for the most of the guide. It's just like the art at the beginning that's not black and white. So it's like, in some ways it's cheaper because the US version's all full color, but the US version also just like reuses like the same assets over and over and over again for everything. I'm hurting. Well, that didn't do anything. Alright. There's like a bunch of old like magazine scans of this game though. You can see like varying versions of Brian. There's like some versions of Brian that look really it's like before they gave him a cape, I think. And like he just looks really skinny because he just had his armor and that was it. I do not like this Dragon Man. Although the fact that he is one of 3 monster heroes almost makes him like easier to deal with. Whoops. Although his flame actually seems very easy to dodge. That is not as easy to dodge. Or at least not dodge in the same way. Come on. Die. Yay. I will probably start scanning stuff as I finish certain games, though. Now that I have that scanner. So, especially for the like imports and stuff, I think scanning those manuals and getting them on archive.org won't. I don't think they'll take too much effort if I do it just like as I play games, rather than, you know, just like trying to scan a bunch of stuff at once. So there's some things I might go back and rescan, like the Evergrace manual does not. It has problems with it, so I might try to rescan that and re-upload it to fix that. But the industrial spy stuff, I just I want to get to an actual like book scanner or whatever. Boy. I think this is forward over this way. I really just need some MP right now. I'm curious if, like, if you run away or not has any effect on your random encounters, and, like, if it's, like, more likely you'll hit a random encounter after you've run away from a battle. Dragon. Ugh. It's just like, it's so hard to make any movement. Like, even just turning around to do that fight, I'm just like, I don't know if I want to go do that. Like, spawn in front of me next time so I can technically move up during battle. Yeah, they're behind me again. Alright, that's close enough that I can go ahead and just hit him and not have to run all the way back. Here? Yeah. Oops, smacked him with my staff. Alright. I do like Brian's like little pickaxe hair. It like is constantly pecking away at the air in front of him as he runs. I like the design of Nina a lot in the older versions. Nina was that princess that was in the, I think, the second town or whatever. In like the old version, she has just like longer hair, and her design's a little more plain. She's a little closer to how Brian looks, I feel like, in this game, where her final design ended up being, I'd say more like the NPCs, just like everyone's really big compared to Brian, it seems like. I don't know how old Brian's supposed to be. I assume he's supposed to be a kid. Here's Drake. Okay. I assume we're getting to the end of this dungeon. What I assume is a dungeon. Ah, behind me again. Ugh. Brian is 10? Okay. He's the... Oh, there we go. I think Link is 10 in Ocarina of Time as well. Oh my gosh, Dragon. I don't like Dragon. Dragon hurt. We'll fight Dragon. There's not really a good escape path here anyway, so. That and the little skeletons dilute the damage a bit. Little skulls. All right. Ah. I'm like trying to cast Cure after battle, and I'm just like smashing the down on C, and then I get the level up. I'm like, oh no. At least that is something that I'm using all the time is water. So if I do accidentally assign, I just want this chest. Ugh. Oh, that was like 18 damage. Oh god. 45. Let me try casting water. Oh, that's right. Oh, it hurts. I might have to use my fresh bread. Oh no, I threw only one little wind thing at him. Ugh. Yeah. Alright. Fresh bread? No, that's honey bread. Fresh bread. Okay. Die! Ugh. Oh my gosh. Do I use my honey bread? I'm so deep in this dungeon. I don't wanna die here. Yeah. I hate that I use that, but it's for the sacrifice of 2 treasure chests at least, so hopefully we get something. Hopefully 2 breads worth. Okay, healing potion. That is equivalent to the honey and honey bread. Okay, probably worth it. Heal spell's too weak, unfortunately. It heals like 10 HP, and he's dealing like 8 to 18 damage. So it's like best case scenario. I'm healing a couple HP, unless, well, not best case scenario, unless he's shooting like fireballs that I can dodge, right? Oops, that's bad. Come on. All right. Die, okay. Alright. Just have to run for things for a while. Just hope I don't get a surprise boss fight encounter or something all of a sudden. Because I am not prepared. Can I run out of here? Yeah. Oh no. Don't touch me. I thought I was over leveled, but these dragons are wrecking me. Okay. I don't want anything to do with that dragon. Ugh. Anything over here? No? Alright, I'll fight these guys. The dragon just does so much damage, it doesn't really feel worth fighting him. At least at this point. For a game that has really limited heals, I don't want to waste my resources if I'm, like, you know, unless I'm fighting a boss or something, right? Ideally. Or at least making a sacrifice like with those treasure chests. $13, $14. All right. This looks suspicious. Does this go down? No. Okay. I wonder if you can get on fights on this little platform. I feel like any area that's like a narrow path like this, they probably won't force you to get into an encounter. Come on. The longest vine. Alright. Silent flute. Okay, so to permit spells. I wonder if those work on the bosses at all. I assume not. Oh. Kind of a weird area. Truly daunting quests, yeah. I'll be honest with you, I'm not really sure where I am anymore. Like, I thought we were going to some water cave somewhere, and I feel like we have just, like, gone through a desert, and now we're going through a tunnel into a forest. I don't even know. Oh, there's a path there. I assume I don't have a map for here. What's down here? That looks like an exit, maybe. So let's head up here first. Far enough from them. Especially that little ledge, I'd have to like walk all the way around. It's just a dead end. Looks like it. I wonder if we get like bombs later or something. Bombs? Yeah, let's just let me through. Oh my gosh. All right, well, I guess we're gonna fight these guys. They really want me to. I kind of just want to get through the cave at this point. Oops, there we go. But, I wonder if increasing the level of the spells increases accuracy as well. I feel like the level 1 spells are missing more often, but maybe I'm thinking too much about it. Go. Go, Brian, go. Alright. More cave. You know, you probably can't get in battles in the caves either, due to the spacing limitations. Okay, there we go. That looks promising. And it's a town, too. That means we can save... checka. Oh, man. Check out this dude's hair. Mr. Slim Jim. Silver hair, man. I mean, Shannon. Silver hair. Oh, treasure chest. Give me that. Fresh bread. Fresh bread. Now I can't get free fresh bread. Not the optimal strategies for the inventory. Okay. This place has a lot of buildings in it, it feels like. Admittedly, the last place was like deceptively small. I feel like a lot of those buildings had like 5 doors in them. So I guess we're gonna come back to the water area later and just focus on the wind stuff for now. Alright, well, I think we will wrap up here, assuming this is the shop to save, and then we will explore this town next time. Well, yeah, anyways, thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out with me while I played Quest 64. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything I want to talk about in terms of coming up stuff, but, oh, if I can get a copy of Balan Wonderworld tomorrow, I'll stream Balan Wonderworld on Saturday at some point. You will know tomorrow if I get that. And then I'll put, like, a scheduled stream up for it if I get it. If I don't get it, well, I want a physical copy, so I'm not just gonna buy it digitally. So we'll play a bit of that. I might try to play through the beginning of Balan Wonderworld on Friday if I get it, so I can get us past the beginning, because we already played that in a demo. And I'm gonna assume that that area design has not changed all that much, so it's probably, you know, probably still the way it is. But yeah, I don't know how long that game is. I don't expect that we'll play it all on stream, but I think it'll be fun to check out briefly, spend some more time with it. You know, we get to look at some of the levels that I didn't get a chance to look at, and then also some of the levels they do give you in the demo. You know, we get to look at those too, I assume. It seems like not that hard to progress in that game, so... I played like maybe a good 2-3 hours of it, and I got a bunch of I forget what you collect in there. It's like Balan trophies or something. So yeah. So see if, you know, check that out, I guess. I think it'll probably be earlier in the afternoon, similar to the last Saturday stream we did. I forget what we did. Oh yeah, the Udo Camp thing. So yeah. Other than that though, it's just had the Disaster Dave Crisis video up that you can go look at if you haven't looked at that yet. And then yeah, I might try to get one of the casual reviews up or something as well. I've not really fully decided. I probably should do something on Solomon Program sooner rather than later as well. So I might look into that. I need to kind of figure things out this weekend. But yeah, I'll let you know on Friday about Balan Wonderworld, and if it works out, I'll make a scheduled stream, so you can just keep an eye out for that if you don't want to follow my Twitter. I'll probably also post about it in Discord. So if you want to join the Discord, again, you can just go to my website. And it's just like at the top right of the page, there's a one of the header items says Discord. You can just select it and it'll put you right in the invite or whatever. And then yeah, I'll just keep working on trying to get the new stream layout set and everything. And And then we can go from there and figure out if we make any other changes to the stream outside of just, you know, the visual graphics stuff. Me and this tree are just vibing. Alright, you guys ready to nuzzle up to the tree? There we go. Rub your face in that pine. If it's like pine, it's like stabby leaves, right? So, like, just like prickle your face up. So, yes. Anyways, I'm actually pretty tired, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and bail. But thank you guys again so much for coming. And I hope you guys have a great weekend if I don't see you on Saturday. Bye! Pen, where are you, Pen? I moved the pen. Nope, I didn't move the pen. It's just that I have to scroll up.